Well, my name's Tammi Kittredge. I moved here from Los Angeles about 19 years ago, and I was going to a church that collapsed, and I saw a sign that said no perfect people allowed, and it was New City. I came, I checked it out, and I loved it. Well, I knew I was very broken inside. I had a lot of hurt, things weren't going well in life. I wanted to run from my past. I had been through a lot of trauma as a kid and it was haunting me. I felt like I was different. I felt like I was fundamentally flawed and I was not made for relationships because it was so difficult for me to build relationships and have friendships. All of my relationships were very superficial. I felt like I had this huge secret that nobody could know. It wasn't safe to share. I didn't even know how to share it. I had a lot of unhealthy coping mechanisms. I drank, I hurt myself. I really isolated myself. I became very, very depressed, suicidal. I believed I'm not likable, I'm not lovable. Maybe God made me not to be in relationship. Maybe I'm a unique individual that's just not made for that. It wasn't until I was forced to be part of a community in some place I lived that helped women who had been through trauma that I was able to be myself for the first time. I was able to be around people who had, even though we had very different stories, who had a tremendous hurt that they couldn't share with anybody else. It's that hurt that makes you feel so broken and so alone and like nobody would ever understand. Loneliness hurts. It hurts a lot. And a lot of false beliefs can come up when you're alone about things being wrong with you or being hated for this reason or being fundamentally flawed, not being lovable. And if there's nobody there to point you to what the truth is, things can really go downhill. People in my situation think they're the only one because they close themselves off, they don't open up, they don't share their story, so we don't know each other. God wants us to be in relationship. I think He puts people in our life to show us His love. I think He put a specific woman in my life who has loved me so much, so unconditionally, that she's shown me what love is so that I can receive that love from Christ. Loving someone is not just saying, oh, everything's okay, but it's pointing out, hey, this is a false belief that's hurting you, or this is a habit that's hurting you, and I love you too much to let you go down this path. But not rejecting the person, loving the person for who they are. I have a community of a small group of women I have a Bible study with that are checking in on me. I check in on them. We check in on each other. But I feel that's a place where I could be vulnerable. They can tell if I'm hurting. They can help me with that. I have a community within community group and church where I feel it's more of an equal balance where I can give to community, but they can also help me. But then I have a community in my neighborhood. I was friends with a lot of people in my neighborhood, but they weren't friends with each other. They didn't know each other. And I thought it's really important to have community in a neighborhood. So now we all talk to each other. We all look out for each other. You know, knock on someone's door, hey, your garage is still open, or do you need help with this? I felt like I was drawing from the community. They were really helping me. And as things have progressed, I now feel like I can be part of the community where I can give to community as well. It's not just me needing support, but I'm able to support others. You have to take that risk of opening up and being vulnerable. But to be able to do that, you have to know that you're okay the way you are, that you're broken, that you need help. And that goes back to no perfect people allowed. It's just not no perfect people allowed because I had too many drinks on a Saturday night. It's really deep down, nobody's perfect. It's more than just, oops, I made a mistake. What really helped me, what people pointed to, was how close Christ is in the suffering, and that when you're going through the hardest times, Christ is right there with you. And when you're weeping, He's weeping with you. He was there through all of the hard times. And I realized He's putting people in my life to help me through hard times. It's supernatural. It's hard to describe in words to a person, but it transformed me. It transformed my life.